gonna be honest. I ain't feeling all blue. I'm not. I'm just being honest. You know, last week I was feeling blue. I ain't feeling blue. So let's start it with you. Amp, what's on your mind, man?
Well, as much as we had time left, plenty of time left in the game, after our one and only turnover, the fumble on the goal line, ultimately it came back to bite us in the butt. So that meant we lost the turnover battle. Everything else across the board was pretty even. So that not being able to score in the red zone late in the game is what cost us.
And coach, before we officially kick it off, yeah.
Amen. Regardless of what people might want to think, this was Miami is a quality football team, and they're going to be in the running for the AFC. And when you play games like that, it comes down to a few things that you got to do. That one turnover is worth a couple of points. Field position, when they kept us backed up, that slowed our offense down. Those are type things that win these close games. Hopefully we learn this lesson that we got to seize the moment on these small things, and especially on the road. You got to seize the moment of those things. But I am, like you, boss, I'm more encouraged by the effort in this game, totally, in this game. But we just got to learn how to seize those moments, and hopefully we can get on the road for these next couple of weeks, because the next week is just going to be just as tough.
Let's go.
Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so down? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so down? Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue? I need a meal like you. I need some friends and some jewelry. I'm trying to get like you. Sign me a deal like you. Foreign my whip like you. Give me a. I'm trying to be lit like you, flex on the ground like you, show all my bands like you, I talk to my friends, I talk to my family, they don't understand like you, follow the plan like you, I need some fans like you, make them all stand like you, but I don't understand why I'm not like you. They say comparison is a thief of joy, but what I'm supposed to do, I'm unemployed. Been dropping songs, ain't been making noise. Trying to get like you and hope it fill a void. Look, don't nobody wanna be like me. No shawty, no team like me. Insecure, unemployed, no tour, no story, no green, no peace like me. Close to living on the streets like me. Run away from your dream like me. Mama, dad, miss, I got you living with your granny. Ain't nobody unkeep like me. I mean unkept like me. Credit low ball and dead like me. Don't nobody call and check on me. I see y'all ball, y'all flex on me, but cats on all y'all necks on me. Why is all this stress on me? Why I see the less of me? Comparison, no recipe. They say comparison is a thief of joy, but what I'm supposed to do, I'm unemployed. Been dropping songs, ain't been making noise. Trying to get like you and hope it fill a void. Why do I feel so blue?
All right. So, like I was saying earlier, man, I'm just being all the way honest. I'm playing this song. I'm finna change this damn song because honestly, I do not feel blue at all. At all. We lost. I want to win, but I see more things that I'm encouraged about than things that I'm mad at. And I'm not that type of dude that's trying to find a silver lining in this. I'm not. I was encouraged that I saw the restoration of our defense. I saw the consistent effort in our defense. Micah Parsons played one of the best games I've ever seen him play. He responded to, man, don't get me started, man. But shoot, now I'm gonna say something real quick, and we go kind of flow with whatever we see. But I think one of the biggest differences in this game, and I'm not beating them up, was Chuma. I think, not blaming Chuma, because I think he played pretty good to be a backup. He played right around what I think you should expect. Just being all the way honest, you feel me? He played right around what you should expect. But I can't help but say, if you say we didn't miss Tyron Smith today, you didn't see how many times Dak had to roll out. You know what I mean? And so it is what it is. So I'm not using that as an excuse, but that is to me one of the biggest factors that I'm looking at. So what's on y'all mind, Coach? Because I know you was kind of starting off your initial thoughts before we kind of get into it. But like, what else are you kind of looking at when you looking at this game?
Yeah, man, man. I mean, you hit one of the main things that I was about to say, man. Not having Tyron playing at the level he's been playing at for the last 3 to 4 weeks, kind of hurt our opportunities a little bit. Now, did it? Are we gonna say, man, Tuma is garbage? We need to find another. You're not gonna find a guy that's been playing at Tyron Smith level unless you go to another team and get their guy that's just as playing as a good at that level. But he did play well. But did he give us that effort that Tyron Smith was giving us? No. Did it hinder us a little bit in our offense with some pressures where we could have gotten the ball out a little faster? And yes. But this is why when you have opportunities, you have to capitalize. And you don't capitalize, you don't get anything. It comes back to haunt you. And I'm not blaming Tuma. I'm not going to blame any player because there's a multitude of guys that made some mistakes. But I think he played well because he's a backup tackle. And that's what you're going to get in this league at backup tackles. And we done played against some and dominated them, or they done made some mistakes at the end. So that's how it goes. But you still got to capitalize on your mistakes, capitalize on your opportunities, because they don't last long and sometimes they come back. But I'm impressed by the way we played with the tenacity of our defense.
Yes.
I'm impressed by how we played the run game.
Yes.
I'm impressed how we looked like we had hustle.
Yes.
We looked like we was flying around the ball.
Yes.
You're gonna have some things because Miami's a good football team.
Facts.
This was a good playoff atmosphere. These are the type of games that we're gonna face in the playoffs.
Yep.
They're gonna be nip and tuck. It ain't gonna be no 40, 50-point blowout.
Nope.
They're gonna be nip and tuck. And we're learning that we gotta make these, we gotta be able to capitalize on that. And as I was saying in the task, who was gonna make the play? And we didn't get nobody to make the play, but we had some guys that really gave a lot of effort. And as a fan and as a former coach, I'm all right with this. Last week I was frustrated because I felt no effort.
No effort.
So
I'm gonna say one other thing, boss.
God damn, no.
I'm gonna say this one.
No.
One little quick thing. One quick thing, boss.
I'm messing with you.
One good quick thing. But this shows you. Don't think about this game when we fail some plays. We're in this situation because we failed to give effort last week, and now when things don't go your way as a little play, now you lost 2 games, but you shouldn't have lost the last game if you would gave effort. That's why this is the football.
Coach, can Amp go?
Go ahead, Amp. I'm sorry.
Man, Coach. Oh man. Oh, Coach boy, I gotta tell you, Coach done made 7 points and be like, I got one more. Like, go ahead now. I'm messing with it.
So I'm gonna go ahead and apologize because unlike Boss, unlike Coach, I ain't got it in me to be optimistic right now.
Mm.
And I'm going to tell you why.
That's real.
3-5. Our road woes continue again. This was a great opportunity to come in here and, as Coach would say, gangster win. I am appreciative of the effort. I did see my team elevate their level of play, but it has the smell of Philly in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Game of inches.
Yeah.
Game of inches.
Mm-hmm.
It got that.
If we don't learn anything else from this game, is to be in the moment. And as your coach so eloquently laid out at the beginning of the season, carpe omnia. You have to seize everything, because when you don't seize everything, you end up wishing that you did. And that's what we saw today. We saw a great effort, but it was a few key moments to where we didn't get done what we needed to. One was on the goal line. The other was in the red zone. We were 1 of 3 in the red zone today. Everything else, we pretty much were even or did better than Miami did. Great job at keeping the potent offense subdued for the most part. If you told me before this game that Miami only scores 22, I'm going to tell you, we got a damn good chance to win. Dak didn't have his greatest day, but it wasn't a bad day. I think what you saw from him was, really and truthfully, I think you saw the importance of Tyron Smith, truth be told, and how keeping Dak clean is essential to the success of this whole offense. Because when he's able to play clean, your entire wide receiver room gets major success. Cooks got a little active late. CD did CD things. Jake was active. But that was it. You know, it wasn't the best day through the air. Kudos to them for, I also said this. I said if we had over 24 rush attempts, we got a great chance to win. We were close. We got 25, but ultimately, I think what came to bite us was that turnover. Because guess what? Even in that instance, and I was against it at the time, to Boss's point, I wanted us to be aggressive in that situation because it hadn't been often that we've opened up with a first drive touchdown this year. So I wanted that badly. And ultimately, honestly, to Coach's point, if you had took the points there, guess what? It's 25-20.
Yep. And I'm going to say something else that I'm very, because I'm honestly, like, I know we lost, but in terms of the bigger picture, I'm super happy with what I saw also with Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I get on your ass, I'm going to have the same energy when you answer the call. And I got on Mike's ass. I sure did. I did a show yesterday, and I did not like what I was seeing. I love what I was seeing in terms of his pressure.
It was the Micah show.
I didn't like I didn't like the energy he was giving off. His energy was almost like, hey, that's them young guys. You know, y'all got to be patient and let them I'm like, no, bro. We need you. We need you to play middle linebacker. Did y'all see him play that middle today? Ooh.
Yeah.
It wasn't just when they used him, it wasn't just blitzing the A and B gap. It wasn't just that. It was sideline to sideline, beating blocks, running down people's backside. He heard the noise and he responded. So, you know, and I'm seeing a lot of y'all talk about discipline. We go get into the discipline. We go talk about that. But I'm still looking at things that I wanted to see, and I'm happy that I saw it. Yes, we took the L, But the main things that I was focusing on this week was what? What was I saying all week? I want to see the Rod Marinelli standard on our defense. I saw it today. I said I wanted to see Micah play and give me all his effort on not just pass rushing, but all of it, and I saw it. This defense, what I saw today, is good enough to win a Super Bowl if they play like they played today. Now, I'm not saying they was perfect. I'm not saying they did everything right. But go look at what Miami averages and tell me, how are we not sitting over here like, you know what? That's a good performance versus that offense. What's your thoughts on that, Coach?
I mean, you're right, man. And you know, I was one of those people on Micah Parsons. I think I posted a tweet probably less than 24 hours after the game was over last week, questioning his effort on the run game.
Yep.
And then as the groundswell came, and then it was a big thing about asking him to be generational. Now we saw glimpses of another glimpse into what he can do all over the field. We also saw that he probably feeling right now today of how that is fatiguing. Mm-hmm. And he hadn't done it this way in a long time, right? But this is the type of player he is. He made other guys better because of his pressure. And I disagree with I want to say Coach Jones, Jerry Jones. When Jerry Jones said he's a pressure player, Michael's a pressure player playing linebacker or D-line. That's all he does is apply pressure wherever he plays. So you ain't got to play defensive end to be a pressure player. Michael is a pressure player. So I'm encouraged by that. I'm encouraged about a lot of things that we've seen today, and it's a good building block of how they played tough. You got to remember, people, we still got a young football team, and I wanted this victory just to get that taste of a grind out victory. But we're gonna get that victory, but we just got to stay humble. We got to stay focused. And Boss Cowboy Sports is going to stay focused on the tag. Mm-hmm. We're going to stay focused and humble.
Yep. Sure is.
So, kudos to Michael.
Oh. Ooh.
7 total tackles, 2 solo, 5 assists, credited with a half a sack, 1 tackle for a loss, which is a sack of the running back, and 3 quarterback hits. Kudos to you, sir, for stepping up and elevating your level of play. Most importantly, elevating your effort, because you see what Micah really is when he elevates his effort.
Exactly.
He not only affects what he's doing and what's in front of him, but he affects the rest of the defense. Do you not find it odd that in a week when we criticize Micah Parsons for his lack of effort, that the rest of the defense look flat?
Yeah.
But on the flip side, when we applaud him for his effort,
everybody
we're also
fast.
applauding the defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's not by accident.
Right.
So just take what you did this game, go back to the drawing board. We don't need to do nothing crazy. We don't need to overcompensate and overreact. We just need to make small improvements.
Right.
And from what I'm hearing, fingers crossed, however you got to do it, all of them, backwards, frontwards, however. If we can get Jonathan Hankins back next week, I think you'll see a major impact. But again, we gonna be all right.
Yeah. What does this do to us in the playoffs?
I'll tell you right now, it's pushed us back into the wild card because technically we have more losses than Philly at the moment, who plays on tomorrow afternoon.
Well, let me explain something else. There's a possibility If you win the division, it's a possibility that the NFC East is not playing for a 2 seed no more. They're playing for a 3 seed. Detroit has already won their division, so they're playing for either a 1 or a 2 seed. So you don't want to be in the 3 seed. So this game is ultra important to try to knock Detroit down a realm. So whoever wins the division here will be in the 2 seed. So that's just how it goes. But right now we can't worry about what seeding we're gonna be. We just gotta worry about right now. We just worry about getting back on the board with winning. And Detroit's gonna be a good game, but that's the lux of it right now. Our division is playing to try to get a 2 seed, but Detroit has won their division already at 11-4. So if Detroit keeps winning, they could be the 2 seed, and we'll drop down to the 3 seed. And we'll be a 3 seed if we or our champion will be a 3 seed. We're probably not gonna drop no lower than 5. And so either 5, 2, or 3. That's how we're gonna finish at this particular point.
Yep.
So let's address the elephant in the room. Mike McCarthy. He seems like he is solid when he's ahead. But I am starting to think I'm starting to see a trend that when things tighten up, I do see some kind of bonehead stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I've been very fair. You know, when we got that penalty on Turpin, and it was first on the 1, and he not only runs a play action on first down, I mean, not only passes on first down, it's play action. Dak ain't get sacked by 1 dude, he got sacked by 2. It's I'm that dude that'll say, hey man, I understand that play callers sometimes can mess up. But man, it's like, coach, I gotta have some confidence in your play calling when it's tight. Am I tripping, coach?
No, you ain't tripping. You're not tripping at all. And he got, I don't know, man. I can't understand that call, that play call. Reason why I can't understand that play call ball.
Yeah, that was.
I can't understand because we were running the ball well. It wasn't like we was, you know, in that series when we ran the ball, we ran the ball well. Even if you say, okay, I don't want to fumble the ball like we fumbled the ball with Lukey. Lukey just fumbled the handoff. He plowed into the end zone easily.
Right.
So, second thing, and even though the clock kept running because we got sacked, if they stop you when you run the ball, now you make them use their timeouts, or that might be just a few seconds less than they have because the clock keeps running. You're not gonna run the ball and get a 5-yard loss. They may stop you and you might be an inch away, but you still control the clock. I don't understand that, but I had a big problem in that. I go back to the first half. When you're backed up in your own territory inside the 10-yard line, you can't just get so ultra aggressive and go 5 wide and try to force the thing in those areas, because that's not a good place for an offense to operate.
Nope.
And after your defense did a great job of holding them on a long drive and getting a turnover basically because they stopped on 4th down, for you to come out and do a fast-paced 50-second drive.
50 seconds.
That's not That's not smart.
It's not complimentary. It's not complimentary, coach.
No,
and
that's
that's
not
a word
smart.
Mike McCarthy uses often.
Now I'm gonna tell you what the fans gonna say. Well, they know you're gonna run, but what did Schottenheimer say all the way back into the summer?
Preseason,
right?
You got to be able to run it when teams know you run it.
Know you run it.
Real quick, before you go, Amp, I gotta address something real quick. Hey, y'all. There's 317 people watching, only 66 likes.
Oh, God.
I know y'all pissed, but don't take that out on us. We ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't do nothing.
Come on, y'all. It's better to give than to receive, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Tis the season, man.
Yeah, but I get it. I get it. People mad, but hit that like button so we can, continue to push the movement. See, because it's one thing we also got to be proud of. We go get back to football because I want to get back to Mike McCarthy. But it's one thing I'm also proud of. It's kind of off topic, and we got a lot of super chats because we're going to have to stop and take these super chats. It's adding up. But I will say this. It's one thing that I'm real proud of. I'm being all the way honest. Cowboy Nation, don't look like Amp right now. Don't look like Amp. Got your head down. Don't look like Coach Marv. Got your head down. Don't be looking like them right now. Pick your head up, Cowboy Nation, for real. And I mean this. Because another thing that I'm very proud of, it was Cowboy Nation that put that pressure on that defense. It was y'all. Because the mainstream media wasn't talking about Micah playing linebacker like this or this defense. So we go get back to the game. I'm going to get back to Mike McCarthy. But right now, I just want to also say that real quick. But what's your thoughts on Mike McCarthy, Amp?
For the most part, he did an okay job. I just need him to tighten up on the situational football.
Mm-hmm.
I recall you saying last year, our previous OC, he was a married man acting single.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a lot of singleness-ish from Mike McCarthy today.
Okay.
Because your defense did a pretty damn good job to hold that potent, high-scoring, high-flying offense to under 100 yards rushing and 2 and some change in the air and only 22 points. Situational again. You on the goal line, to your point, boss.
Yeah.
And not only does he pass, but it's play action. Like what were you thinking? Stop trying to outsmart the game.
That was weird.
Go for what you know. And I'm gonna pivot real quick. I'm gonna pivot this to y'all too. I'm gonna ask you this question. On that first drive, how do I feel as a running back if I'm TP or Rico Dowdle when you decide to give the ball to Hunter Luke?
Well,
I feel okay. Oh no! Oh wait! I always want the ball. If I'm a running back, I always want the glory. So first of all, I want the ball, right? If I'm them. But I also want to say this about Hunter Luke, keeping it real. He obviously got way over anxious. Like his hand placement, I'm serious. I was teaching my son how to place his hands in the proper place when you taking the handoff. I taught my son that last week. The way he fumbled and his hand position was so basic to football. When you going to the right, you supposed to have your hand like this and the other hand underneath. Dak places the ball right here and you wrap it as you're running through. He had his hands like, you never do this, and it's fundamental to running back. It's almost like that time that this doesn't happen to all of us, to where we sometimes get over anxious and we, you just,
He didn't even know he had the ball. Listen, he never got the ball and ran to the end zone like he had. That's how I know he was excited. He didn't even hesitate to
right.
slow down.
He was too anxious, coach.
He never had
I'm about to score. I'm about to score.
It done happened to me before. I've been too excited.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Hey, but can I answer a
too
question?
excited and you be like this, and then you end up like this.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's
Y'all
what
look at
happened.
Can I
James
answer your
Bond.
question, Amp? They already knew during the week that Hunter Luke was going to get that ball
They did.
on that type of situation.
Oh, they've been pumping it too all week.
Because listen, on the first 2 3rd and 1 on that possession,
It went
who
to
got
him.
the ball?
Mm-hmm.
So they already knew that was the play call at the beginning of all week. We gonna give the ball to Hunter Luke, and we down to 4th and 1. And actually, it was working. It worked.
Boss, that's why I
When
said
you
he was
drop the
like
ball.
this. He was like this, and then he ended up what?
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He too excited.
Yeah,
Act like
he
you
was
been
too
there
excited.
before,
Get them
big dog.
draws.
Act like you been there before, big dog.
Yeah.
But it's
That's
been
why I
working.
made the statement
It
that I
been
did.
working. See, that's the thing, coach. See, that's a coach being fair. Go ahead, coach.
It's been working.
It's been working. Right.
It worked last week when he did it one time last week. So for the 4 times he did it,
It worked.
it worked 3 out of 4.
And he been getting more than one. Like, so when
Right.
they asked 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, he been getting you 3 and 4. So
Yeah, so it worked.
it's, he fumbled, but bro, they go be on your head. See, cause this the thing. It's almost
No, they ain't.
sad. No, hear
No,
me
they
out, coach.
not.
Hear me out, coach. I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
you
No,
do.
coach. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm
You
with you, coach. I'm with you. I'm all the way with you. You right too. But let me say this. It's so messed up because it was like he was building and earning it, and you just boop,
They may say something about it. But they'll divert the anger to McCarthy or
yeah.
listen.
Bruh.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna vote. And watch now, you gonna have somebody out there that's gonna say, "Man, Dak got to get that ball in his hand." Watch what I say.
Ooh. Oh, coach, it bet not. It bet not.
All right,
Coach.
I'm telling you.
And this is pun intended, that sound like some shady shit.
Yeah, and what did I tell you? They're not gonna know. They may
He's
mention it,
ass. You got to have
but they
soft hands. and
gonna
put it in his
flame
gut
out on that.
and leave it there.
They ain't
No
until
way,
it
Coach.
takes it from you.
It's no way. I believe
That's
it.
a
They
shady
ain't going all
move,
out
bro.
on
I'm
the
telling you. Watch what Shady say this week. Watch
I don't
what
think
Shady
it's gonna
say
come
on
from. You know what? It ain't gonna come from Shady. You know who it's gonna come from? It's gonna come from 105.3 The Fan.
They ain't gonna go all out on him. Did they go all out on Schoolmaker when Schoolmaker dropped the pass?
I can't.
They may have mentioned it, but they ain't go total ham. They ain't going total ham. We already know. We don't even need to watch. I would tell you they ain't gonna go total. They may start at the beginning, but they'll leave that alone.
Can we
They'll find
talk?
a way to circle around to get back to Dak or McCarthy being the problem. They'll
Check
circle
this-
back around.
Check this out. I want to talk about a couple of more things before we get out of here.
Okay.
What also took Mike McCarthy so long to get him back involved?
See, Mike McCarthy be trying to play them damn Jedi mind tricks. And that's what used to get Kellen Moore in trouble. I think what he was trying to do is because we were hitting CD so much, Big Mike, one thing that he has said a lot is he is all about, and he is hashtag team distribution. And I think that's honestly what it was. Because he didn't want those cornerbacks to be able to key in on CD and to make things uncomfortable for Dak, and for Dak to be trying to squeeze it and throw it into a tight window. So I think that's why he went away from him, if I had to take a guess, to where you're distributing, to where you're giving some other guys opportunities to go away from him to ultimately try and come back to him. But this is the thing. It's just like baseball or just like basketball. Damn it, if the hand hot, keep going. Keep feeding.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? Good things happen when we target CD.
It does.
Good things happen when you put the ball in the hands of your dog.
CD Lamb, for real. And specifically
I'd rather
CD Lamb.
live and die with my dogs than to take a chance on a cat.
Coach.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point. But I would tell you from a coaching point of view, field position controls your offense.
Yeah. Yeah, the field position took it away. Yeah, it took it away.
And defenses play different when they got the advantage of field position.
Right. Because it was, you're right, Coach. It was, that's so measured. It was 2 drives to where we was backed up.
Yeah, and then, but once we got in good field
once we get, you right, Coach. Because once they hit that field goal, I said, all right, we finna get normal field position and we go open right back up, and we did. You right, Coach.
It limits your playbook.
Well, let me ask
that's measured.
Why do you think,
very measured, Coach? Measured.
So why do you think he didn't go back to Hunter Lukey then, if he had success the first drive? And the run game had success the first drive.
Well, Hunter Luka's only a 3rd-and-1 guy. They're not getting the ball at first down and 10. So if you don't get into those spots, Hunter Luka ain't getting the ball. Now, the running game is tough. Even though you got it now, okay, let me explain like this. When you got bad field position, the reason why your playbook is smaller, the defense is in hunt mode. They are in definite hunt mode. Because they trying to squeeze, because they know there's certain things you can't do. They will try to give you some low percentage stuff, because they don't want you don't want to punt that deep, because you're going to change field position. So that's why field position is very key when we get in these big games, that you don't keep staying backed up, and then you're looking for a big play. So once we got good field position, our offense cooked like grease.
Yeah.
But when we was in bad field position, even the play the CD Lamb caught for a touchdown, that was just an ordinary end cut, right? He turned that into a big play, but that was just a play that was a safe play for bad, kind of bad field position. But once we got in good field position, you saw the sweeps with CD Lamb. You saw a lot of stuff that you don't want to do inside your 20-yard line, because they can become negative plays. Because the defense is playing the line of scrimmage so tight.
Right. So, we got obviously Detroit. I'm not gonna get ahead and go too early on that. So I'm gonna pause that. Let me just sleep on it. Let me think on it. Now, I said what I was gonna do. I said I was going to grade the defense every week to make sure that they're playing up to the Rod standard. I think we can go ahead and say this game that they likely have. I still might do that. But I think we need to keep the pressure up on our defense. I think if we looking at this, in my opinion, soberly and not emotional, Coach Maul said it right. Miami is a good team. That wasn't no chump team, And even with the fumble and the bad field position and all that kind of stuff, we still could have and should have won this game, right? We also had to battle back, which we also showed some grit in doing it, So, you feel me, Coach? We showed grit.
Yeah, we did come back. That's right. We came back and took the lead. That's a good thing. We were behind most of the game.
On a good team. Like, we didn't close it out. The defense did not close it out. They didn't. I'm just encouraged. I'm seeing us, even with this loss, in my opinion, moving closer to playoff ready. That's honestly how I see it. Because the way that we played Buffalo was a step back for sure in playoff readiness. For sure. What's your thoughts on that, Amp?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely some bright points in the game. You saw effort across the board. Offense even had some great points early, and some great points late. Honestly, to go down, 17 play drive, 7 minutes off the clock. That's superb.
Yeah.
And to close it out with a touchdown. I mean, when you had to have it, because if we don't get that, guess what? That's ball game. So without looking forward, you got a tough team coming in next week. The great news about next week, y'all, is we home. Home sweet home. There's no place like home.
Yes,
but
it is.
Unfortunately, because we didn't handle our business today, it could be our last home game.
Real quick. Okay, I got some super chats. Before you go, Coach, let me knock out these super chats. I'm gonna be quick with it.
Okay.
He said 4 sacks, 12 QB hits. I don't know how many hurries. 4 out of 12 on third down. Oh yeah, they look now, but Braley, Chubb running free in the backfield. Offender needed to be called in the carpet this week. Offense need to be. He said offense need to be called to the carpet. Yeah. And a lot of that was the left tackle. So.
Yep.
And he's a backup tackle. You know what I'm saying? We had to find a way. This was a game about finding a way, and we didn't find a way. This next super chat, if it was San Fran, we would have beat them. I don't really get that. Just kind of how you connecting that.
I wish they would explain that.
I wish you would explain that one. He said, I need Micah to play the bootleg better. He did miss out on one. I know exactly what you're talking about. That happened in the fourth quarter. Yeah. He missed out on that. He really did.
I understand what he was saying. I understand what that guy was saying. If this was San Fran, would have beaten him.
What do you mean by that, Coach? I'm trying to understand.
If our defense would have played like this against San Fran, we would have been. That might have been a better game. We might have beat them. Yeah. Our defense did not play like this against San Fran.
Yeah. Okay. If that's what he's saying, I agree. If that's what he's saying, yeah. That's why I said, and I mean this, like, we lost, but this was us closer to playoff ready than I've seen.
Yeah, we
in
gave
terms
up
of the
too
defense.
many big plays. Yeah.
Okay. If that's what he's saying, I agree with that point. Let me go back to these super chats. I got about 6 more. And then, y'all have any thoughts on Michael playing that bootleg better? Did you have any thoughts on that?
It just goes to the discipline, If you step up and nobody's there, you still got to stay there for that very reason. Or hell, it could even end up being a reverse. However, you still are the end. Yeah. You got to protect the end. The name of his show is The Edge. You got to be better on the edge.
But it was one play. I saw it once though. To also put it in context, just being all the way.
I hate to say this. Yeah. You don't hear coaches say this, but I'm getting Parsons a little grace on that.
Me too.
You might not play it now when the run come out, but that bootleg, if you get fooled just a little bit on it, you can get back. You got 4.3 speed. I ain't worried about you I don't think people gonna try you too often, because even though they might fool you a half a step, but when they get their head knocked off because your closing speed is that fast, they'll be like, nah, there's no bootleg that guy no more. Because if he chose wrong, he's still gonna run me down. So I give him a little grace on that.
Mm-hmm. You had a response to that, Amp?
Nah, it perfectly measured, But just take that as an example. Take it as a learning lesson,
Yeah.
And just improve. We ain't gonna bash you across the head for it.
Born, By the way, Bourne been having some damn good observations, man.
Fire ass comment.
For real. Like, her and a lot of our other ladies go hard. Ty, too. I've been peeping Ty. Ty be shit. Ty say that's one of them old. She say, Ty said, that's one of them.
One of them scaredy cats.
Yeah, those scary cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but Ty,
I remember.
I want to run her question by both of you. It looks like the offense has regressed.
So, real quick, I'm gonna be super quick.
Then I'm gonna go back to super chats.
I might be able. I'm halfway with you. The only reason I'm not all the way with you is because of one name, Tyron Smith. We saw his true value today.
True.
The fact that Dak wasn't able to play as clean as he is, I said it earlier in the show, it affected the rest of our offense because he kept getting knocked off his stand. He was trying to constantly sidestep dudes, step up, step side. He was trying to do too much there. And while you're paying as a quarterback, you got to think, when that rush is coming, he did a masterful job of eluding it, because really, if Dak Prescott is not as mobile as he is, guess what? We're looking at about 5-6 sacks today.
Easily.
Maybe even 7.
Dak saved about 6 sacks. You are not lying.
So
that's so true.
He extended plays, but guess what? While you're paying attention to that rush, you take your eyes off a receiver. It was a couple times, and y'all will see it in the film if you go back and look at it this week, that guys were wide open. But when you got to maneuver and get out of the way, and you can't get your shoulders all the way turned, it affects the pass game. So I'm going to be measured in my response by saying, yes, on paper it looks like we've regressed, but in this game, I can't say that wholeheartedly because of the absence of Tyron Smith.
Good answer.
Thank you.
I mean,
Very good answer.
I'm not gonna say we regress. I will say we not playing at a efficient level these last 2 games, because Tyron played last game, and we kind of sputtered in there too. We seem like we not on all cylinders in certain parts of the game, and we sputtering a little bit, and we being out of rhythm. Our offense is a rhythm offense, and even though if you look at this game in time possession, we only caught up with time possession, took over because we had a 7-minute drive at the end of the game. If we didn't get that 7-minute drive, we would have lost time possession, right? So that kind of is a thing, as well as our left tackle not being there. But yes, I don't think we're regressing. Now, we talking about regressing, that means, but I don't think we had our best games offensively these last 2 games. But I like the float that we came back in the 4th quarter, and we did put some drives together. But I do want to give this credit. Since Jalen Ramsey has come back, 5 years ago with the Miami Dolphins, they lead the league in defense. They've been the top defensive team in the league since he came back. So Miami is not a slouch defensively.
Yeah. And I think his level of play is the reason why they had the success they did. Paired with
Right, they're not a bad,
but they were able to
team.
get to our quarterback. Because and I think a couple of those are coverage sacks.
We panicking. That's what's happening. We panicking. Before I finish the super
hold on,
chats,
here's my best Micah impression. We ain't panicking though. That's them. That's them other people panicking. It ain't me. I ain't panicking.
Right.
I'm still DC4L.
I want to say something real quick. It was a good time to see him have a breakout. It was a very good time. We've been waiting on it too.
Yeah.
It was very.
You know
good
what's
time.
the biggest difference? You know the biggest difference between 13 and 18? Or what is the difference between 13 and 18? 18 just close it up. That went over y'all heads, I know.
You did. I ain't gonna cap. You did. But I was
13 ain't not. If you're drawing the number 13, the only difference between 13 and 18 closed it up.
Gotcha.
And what we are seeing when he is given opportunities, 18 is closing the deal.
Yeah, that was a very.
He's
big
closing
play.
it.
That D ball, jumping over his head, pulling it in.
Because
I've been waiting on that game from him.
Where was Michael Gallup today, y'all?
Oh, he was gone. But I was waiting on that game for him because I wanted a confidence game. I know he needed a confidence game. Going into the playoffs, that was what he needed. What you saying, Coach? What's on your mind?
I think Gallup. And I'm gonna say this: those passes that and Tuber did do his job, but those passes he was not the main guy. But when Dak got around, because you think about that long pass, Dak was on the scramble, and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna go to this guy because this is where I can get the ball off the strongest. This is what I want a third wide receiver to do. When that opportunity comes, right? Get yours." He got two, I think he got 3 catches. Gallup got 1. When the opportunity comes,
technically Gallup got 2. One of them was for 8 yards, and the other one, if y'all remember, was that screen pass that they blew up, and he lost 4 yards on the play. So technically, he had 2
I'm sorry. Don't throw them that type of play. Never throw Gallup a street. Now you done made it go back to the car. Now you don't.
So technically, technically he only had 2 receptions for 4 yards.
He got no screen pass. Why you throwing the ball in screen pass to Gallup for, man? He can't get separation on the DB. What wiggle room did you see Gallup ever have?
Ooh. And they blew up.
Who called that play?
Big Mike.
Yeah, man. I said the same thing, Coach. I said, who called that play?
Yeah, it goes back to last year. Why are teams so able to sniff out our day? We can't get a clean screen pass to save our damn life.
Man, they could have had 5 people on defense. Michael Gallup ain't gonna get, if it's 5 people on DB, only gonna get 25 yards.
Right.
Damn, Coach.
Hey, listen, y'all. I see you trolls, okay? No, we don't like trolls. This is a channel to where we talk about football. If y'all want to sit in here and just troll, yes, my mods is gonna block you. We shooters up in here. You gonna know how to act. You listen, act like you got some sense. This is not a trolling channel, big dog. I'm just letting you know, bro. We got shooters.
Everybody around me shooters. Ain't no telling who was shooting.
Yeah, so just act right.
That,
you know,
and that
especially
was the
you
drive
San
that
Fran. Hold on real quick. Especially you San Fran fans, man. Come on now. Like, some of y'all I know ain't San Fran fans, to be honest. Because, see, y'all don't act like San Fran fans. See, real San Fran don't act like, what's old boy from Houston, the Texans? What's his name?
Eastside.
See, the way y'all acting letting me know, because real San Fran fans, they don't troll the Cowboys. They already kind of got an uppity attitude against us. You know what I mean? So the fact that y'all coming here to beat y'all chest, that let me know that y'all some bandwagon ass San Fran. Y'all not real San Fran. Y'all really not.
Man, I saw San Fran fans today in the grocery store with they blackouts in their beard and they damn pleather jackets. Yeah, that's a San Fran fan.
I don't even want to talk about San Fran, man. They got their own words tomorrow night, so I ain't even worried about that. San Fran.
Yeah, see how they
go ahead and make your prediction, Coach. Put it out there.
Coach, he already did. He told me earlier in this week they're gonna bust that ass.
I want him to say it again, so when it happens,
put it on wax, Coach.
Y'all heard it?
They're gonna get beat down tomorrow because they're not their style of what they want to do. Baltimore is gonna be is the kryptonite what they want to do. And
My
they're
eyes
gonna get
closed.
pressure, they're gonna pressure them, and they're gonna run the ball, they're gonna be physical. So they're not gonna out physical ball them.
All right,
They're not gonna do that.
let me get back
And
to
listen, I'm always betting with Lamar Jackson ball with against NFC teams. Because he's 20-1 against NFC teams.
yeah. say no.
Let me say something else, boss.
He's 20-1, man.
One more thing, bro.
I love Coach, boy.
After making 6 points, I mean, like, Coach,
16 points.
let my boy M jump in here, man. See,
love it.
This is real. This is real. What I just said. Look at this. This is true. My boy George Boone said, "I'm here every night and I never troll." That's true. That's why I know they not San Fran fans. Them Philly fans. Those are not San Fran fans.
Yeah, Philly fans the only ones coming out the closet
That's-
right now because
that's
they
San
has
Fran
been in the
fans don't act
closet
like
since
that.
Philly fans been in the closet since the last major holiday.
Right. See, and I mean that. Most San Fran fans like George Booney, they player. They sit back. They don't have that little meat energy. I call that little meat energy. You know what I mean? Where you always trying to measure yourself to somebody else. See,
Yeah.
people that's not content in their team do that. That's how I know y'all not San Fran. And I mean
bruh.
I mean that. So check this. Let me get back to these super chats. First of all, my boy said, "Merry Christmas." Hit them likes. Appreciate that. Trolls too. And then
Damn
my boy,
right.
And my boy Trey said, "Mike got 27. DQ held them to 22. Hunter lost this." Yeah, this falls on Hunter. It does. It does. And others. It's others.
Because even though his coaching, even though his play calling could have used some tweaking, shit, he got us down there, but he can't put it in there.
Right. And then we got us another super chat, and I'm almost finished. He said, "This shit sad, boss. I wish you explain what. I would want to know what you talking about on that." He said,
What shit?
He said, Dak just saved Mike McCarthy ass. Okay, yeah, I read those super chats.
Saw that, yeah.
And then, yeah, I read every one of them. All right, so we caught up on all the super chats. So listen, let's do this. Let's get into our final words. We gonna start. Who want to start it off?
I'll start off because I got to get up. Let me start off. Man. Oh, man. My head messed up because I thought about what's throwing up a screen pass to Michael Johnson. Get away against the number one defense. I know.
Damn, Trey.
Hold on, Coach.
Damn, Trey.
Oh, sorry, Coach.
But you know what?
I
Trey
still got
Cole.
to be messed up, man.
Trey, you cold for that, bro. Trey, for real. All right, go ahead, Coach. Trey.
Yeah. But,
Trey.
hey,
That's my dog.
I know people going to be waiting on Twitter for me to, like I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, talking about gangster. Last week after the game, I put, did we, and it was nose all the way down the board. This week, there's not nose all the way down the board.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, out of the 9, we played well in 7 of them. But that's why this game was a field goal game at the end. Because red zone, special teams, and with special teams supposed to is conjunction with field position and turnover.
Yep.
We lost all those. We lost the field position game, and we lost the red zone game because we didn't convert as many times as they converted. Even though they didn't get touchdowns, they got field goals, and we came up with a red zone possession. We got no points. Even though they had one, but they had more opportunities. And that's why this game came down to a kick right at the buzzer to win. And that's how close it is when you play tough teams on the road in playoff atmosphere type game.
Yep.
We have seen that the last 2 years in San Francisco. Those games were 21. Those were there were no 30, 40-point games. They were one possession games.
Right.
Yep.
So yes, it is a small adjustment that you have to make, and it comes down to plays and mistakes. And sometimes it's not who makes the most plays, and not most of the times is who makes the least amount of mistakes.
Yep. Yep.
And we made more mistakes today, but
Yeah.
it's positive. This is not that we're shooting it. It's a long way to go in this season. We got 5 losses. The best team in the league only got 3, and they may have 3 or 4 losses before. So it's not no big separation of our 5 losses to like we got 5 losses and everybody else got 1. So it's time now to get together as Cowboy Nation, and the pressure now we need to put on our team is that every week it's going to get bigger because we in Dallas. We root for the Dallas Cowboys. So every week we're going to have bigger pressure, and we got to come to play the feed. And the day we were focused, but we had some lapse of focusing. We gave great effort. Our execution kind of lacked in certain areas. So we might have paid 75% of the fee, but that don't get you in the club. You got to pay it all to get in the club. So just because we trying to pay partial pay today, the people said no entry. Next week, pay the total fee, and you get in the W club. That's my final thoughts.
Before we get my boy give his final words, I do want to say that we would have won this game if we had Zeke.
Damn.
That's cold.
That hurts.
That was cold, wasn't it? That was cold.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, y'all. You learn more from your losses. Get in the film room, soak it up, make your adjustments, go home, be with your family, be around your loved ones, come back, and go to work. To everybody in the chat, I want to tell y'all, have a very merry and blessed Christmas.
Oh, sure.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Celebrate the moments because you don't know if you're going to get them again. Earlier this week, I lost my grandfather. It's been a trying week. But we're going to get through it. And on tomorrow, the family that's still here, we're going to make some more memories. And we're going to do it in memory of my grandfather. Y'all be blessed. Merry Christmas. And we'll see y'all this week.
Yeah, and my final words, man, is I hate that I've been playing this feeling blue music the whole time, because I promise you I don't. I actually feel good. I do. I feel real good about what I saw. You know, I think we got to tighten up. We did lose some advantages that we was trying to earn at the end, but we are where we are. If we got to win it on the road, you got to win it on the road. Do it look like, you know, that we will based on how the season went? Obviously, people go say no. But I'm also seeing us trending and tracking in the right direction. We started out the season with the offense looking real bumpy. Then the offense took over and became the saviors of the defense. I'm encouraged because guess what I feel like I'm seeing right now? I felt like what I saw today was the restoration of the D we've been waiting on for the last 6 weeks. So why would I be tripping? Like, for real? I'm just not. I'm not. I know we clean up some things, which we always got to clean up. We still had too many penalties. We go obviously, you know, talk about that. But Cowboy Nation, we're in a good place. This has been a good season. It's not over. I'm not saying the season is over, but I'm impressed of where we are right now. Really, I'm big old fat super chat. And then hold on. Dallas Law said, "Do you think we go draft a tackle or guard?" Yeah, I do. I think this is it for Tyron Smith. I think we're gonna have to. And then we got us a big old super chat by Niners fan, and he said, "Let me read the whole thing." He said, "From a Niners fan, this is $20. Appreciate that, big dog." He said, "From a Niners fan, y'all lost a game that was won by the refs." Oh.
Jesus Christ. We'd have never got that from a Philly fan.
Wait. Let me read this again. This is coming from a Niners fan. From a Niners fan, y'all lost a game that was won by the refs. My heart hurts for you, even though you almost pulled it off. Keep your heads up. See, that's how San Fran cats really are. For real. Didn't I tell you the real San Fran fans don't be trolling? They talk football. This dude gave $20 to encourage the whole chat and basically say y'all got cheated, and we did. And you know what we getting cheated? I ain't talking about the refs all day, but I'm gonna say it since he put $20 on it. The no calls. The no calls, boy, they turned us up on the no calls. Ooh, they turned. It's not the calls, it's the no calls. That's where they getting us. They turn us up. But anyway, man, we up out of here, man. We gonna be back. We gonna be doing a lot of film breakdown this week. At this point, I'm getting real aggressive on all the things that can prevent us from winning it all. Coach Marv, Amp, man, I'm always happy to do work with y'all. It's always fun too. It's always fun. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Cowboy Nation, man. Enjoy yourself, man. We be ready next week. But enjoy your Christmas.
Enjoy your Christmas, man. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hey, don't even have no bad week this week, man. We already in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy this ride, man. Like,
we lose out, we still going to the dance.
We
laugh,
we smiled the whole show.
As you were saying, somebody come at you by the Cowboys, say, "Damn that."
Damn that.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, y'all. If you are goofy, if you let people try to make you feel like this team is not a good team and not worthy. Now, if you take on all that negative energy, that's on you. But listen, this is 3 years in a row that we made the playoffs. We couldn't say that since the 90s.
I remember 3 8 seasons back to back.